All right, guys, so we've already talked about the basics of student loans, these words up here on the PowerPoint. So now we're going to do some actual examples. So we're going to use the same girl for all of these examples, and we're just going to see what would happen if she does different things. So what if she doesn't pay at all until she graduates? What if she does pay while she's still in school? And just kind of see what the difference is. So the example is part A. Ariana received a 10-year, $9,100 federal district unsubsidized loan with an interest rate, the APR, of 4.29%. How much interest will she pay through her 4 years of college and the 6-month grace period? So remember, unsubsidized. That means that the Department of Education is not going to pay for her interest. So while she's in school, she does have to pay the interest. So it's asking for how much interest. We're going to flash back in time and just use the simple interest formula. Simple interest formula. This is from the banking chapter. And you might not remember, but it is I equals PRT. So I equals P, the principal, 9100. Times the rate, remember to put it into a decimal, 0.0429, and the time. Now, be careful because this is 4 years plus the 6 month, so it's actually 4.5 years, so 4.5, because this is covering her grace period as well, which you know is the 6 months after you graduate. So if we were to do this in a calculator, it would be $1,756.76. All right, so that's how much interest she has to pay while she's in school. Part B says if she chooses to defer all interest payments, which means she's not going to pay them while she's in college, she's going to wait until after, then what will her total loan be then with the interest included? So remember, up here, we talked about interest capitalization. That means if you don't pay, the interest is added on to the original amount. So the new principal is the original amount plus the interest, 1756.76. So that will get us $10,856.76. So that's the new principal. That's how much it's going to be now. But it's asking what will her total loan be? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the monthly payment formula to find out how much it is for 1 month, and then we're going to just multiply that by however many months she has to pay. So the monthly payment formula, you can find it in the notes from a couple weeks ago, but there's also a picture of the big sticky in my room on Schoology. Basically, we go ahead and plug everything in, so it is the P, 10,856.76 times R over 12, 0.049 from the previous problem over 12, times 1 plus R over 12, 0.049 over 12, to the 12 times T power. This loan is a 10-year loan, so 12 times 10 years. On the bottom, we have 1 plus 0.049 over 12, close to the 12 times 10 power minus 1. So that's the monthly payment formula. So with this, the interest added up to the old principal, we used that, and the monthly payment is $111.42. Now, this is what she's going to have to pay for 1 month. However, her loan is 10 years long. So if there's 12 months in a year and 10 years, that would be 120 months. I did 12 times 10. So times 120 months is 13,000. $370.40. So what does this mean? This means if she doesn't pay any interest at all while she's in college, she saves it until afterwards, then this is going to be her new total, and it's going to take 10 years to pay it off, and this is what she's going to have to pay back altogether. Now, why is it more than that $10,000? Because, of course, you have interest to pay on it as well after you graduate. So that's why it's a little bit bigger than the $10,000. Part C says, what if she did actually pay the interest during school? What would her total be then? Well, if she does pay the interest, this amount right here, this $1,756, it actually goes away because she already paid that much. So the principal this time, we're going to use the same exact formula, but the principal is going to be that original amount because we're not adding the interest because she already paid her interest. It's done. So all the rest stays the same. 0.0429. Oh, I just said 49 up there, didn't I? It's supposed to be 429 over 12 times 1 plus 0.0429 over 12 to the 12 times 10 power. Then on the bottom, 1 plus 0.0429 over 12 to the 12 times 10 power minus 1. If you're confused about where I'm getting that, it's the monthly payment formula in the notes from a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't memorized, so I'm just plugging it in. So if we do that, now her monthly payment is $93.39. So that's less than the original, and still we have to multiply it by 120 because we have to find out her whole loan. So 120 months. And when you multiply it, it is $11,206.80. So this is what she pays after college. However, she did pay interest during college. So how much interest did she pay during college? She paid that $1,756. So we're just going to add the $1,756. We didn't add it at the beginning because we're not using that principal. But we're going to add it at the end because she did pay it. She just paid it before she graduated. So let me remind you, this is the interest during college. So if we add it at the end, the new total is $12,963.56. So let's compare that to the last answer, $13,000. I'm going to highlight them so you can see what I'm talking about. These two right there. Obviously, the bottom one is less, about $400 less. So if she pays off her interest while she's in school, she'll actually have to pay less in the long run, which makes sense, but sometimes you can't always do it after school. Okay, and this last one says, what if she receives a subsidized loan, which means her interest, she doesn't have to pay it at all. Okay, so what would her total payment be then? This is the same thing up above, except we don't add that $1,756. So you can write the formula again if you want. Pretty much it is, here's the principal, 0.0429. I'm going to go fast because we've already done this before. 1 plus 0.0429 over 12 to the 12 times 10 power over 1 plus 0.0429 over 12, 12 times 10 minus 1. So this is the same. That's what we got up above, 93.39 times 112 months, because that's just for 1 month, so times 120. I said 112, didn't I? I meant 120. And 11,206.80. And this time we do not have to add that interest at the end because she doesn't have to pay the interest at all. So the biggest difference is, are you going to pay it while you're in college, or are you going to pay it when you get out? If you have a subsidized, if you haven't whatever. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Basically, this is, she doesn't have to pay interest at all. So that is the original kind of thing. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going to stop. But anyways, you can see now that it does pay off to pay your interest as soon as possible and to make sure your loans are as small as they can be.